right, so we all know the sound, right? That springy, echoey, metallic goodness that is spring reverb. But what you may not know is who invented the spring reverb and ultimately who perfected the spring reverb. So let's dive into a little history on this amazing effect. So originally, the spring reverb wasn't invented for guitar players at all. In fact, it was invented by Lawrence Hammond. Yeah, that Hammond, the guy who invented the Hammond organ. Now, Lawrence was looking for a way to be able to achieve the same kind of sounds that you get in a room or a hall, but without having to be there. So he was looking for a mechanical solution to the problem. So it was his idea to send sounds through springs, creating the vibration that would mimic a room or a hall. And in 1939, Lawrence patented the first spring reverb units. At its core, spring reverb is beautifully simple. An input transducer turns your signal into vibrations, and those vibrations travel through one or more long metal springs. The springs stretch, compress, reflect, and sometimes collide. And then an output transducer converts those vibrations back into sound. Because springs don't behave like air, the result isn't realistic, it's colorful. Bright, splashy, slightly metallic, and gloriously imperfect. And that imperfection is the magic. But let's face it, when it comes to effects, as guitarists, we're not necessarily looking for realism, we're looking for a vibe. And that's where Leo Fender enters the story. In the late 50s and early 1960s, Fender engineers adapted Hammond-style spring reverb into standalone units and ultimately into the amplifiers. Spring reverb did something that no hall or plate could do. It reacted physically to your playing. It distorted, crashed, and bloomed. And heck, you could even kick the amp and hear it sound like it was about to explode. Spring reverb is the perfect example of a technical solution that ultimately became a signature sound. And while today digital reverb units can replicate anything from spring reverbs to halls to plates, all the way up to shimmering galaxy-sounding reverbs that are spacious and expansive, some players still love the imperfect, glorious sound of an actual tube-driven spring reverb unit. Ultimately, spring reverb is more than an effect. It's a sound that has a personality and a character, and it's magical. And I have yet to find a digital solution that aptly replicates the sound of a great spring reverb unit. But maybe you know something I don't. So comment below and let me know some digital spring reverbs you've tried that you think get really close or even nail the sound perfectly. I'd love to hear about it. And what do you think about spring reverb in general? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So comment below.